Good evening, friends, and welcome to the slightly later than intended cocktail hour. Today we're going to continue our theme of drinks that are basically alcohol. I mean, all the drinks are alcohol, but basically just a kind of alcohol with some few extra things. We are also going to continue our theme of doing things not exactly as the recipe informs us to do them, though using our recipe. I don't know why this is always backwards and seemingly upside down occasionally, but like here we are. So this evening we're going to make one of my most favorite drinks, which is the Sazerac. So first of all, it does not tell us to use this. It tells us to make this directly in the glass and like be all chilled and stirring and whatever. But it's a really strong drink, similar to the martini, so I feel that it needs to be really, really cold, and it needs to have a couple of ice chips in it because, I don't know, that's just how I roll. So be right back, we're gonna get some ice. I have to tell you also, if you're playing along at home, that we do have a glass that is like a highball glass that is not highball glass, the short stout glass, whatever kind of glass that's called, that tumbler, a glass. It is chilling in the freezer and we will be experiencing it later. So here we have our thing with all this ice in it. And what we're going to do with it is we are going to have a dash of Peychaud's bitters. Why are we using Peychaud's bitters? Because it's a kind of bitters that the recipe tells us to do, and you know how we always follow the recipe. So a dash. Oh, there, seeming dash-like. All right, then it advises us to use a cube of sugar yet again, which again we still do not have, but we still have the simple syrup, and it actually tells us that a cube of sugar is the same as half a teaspoon of simple syrup. So when we used the whole teaspoon yesterday, we were obviously very wrong. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna pour that puppy in here. Rocks glass. Thank you, Yishen. That's the term we're looking for. But we would not be putting rocks in it. So that's for that. And then the next thing that we're going to add is our whiskey. Now I have to admit to you, friends, that you're supposed to use rye for this, but I do not have any rye. And so we are once again using bourbon. Four Roses Bourbon, Union made. It advises us to use 2 ounces of this. So again, we will probably actually use 3 ounces. So here we go. It's 1.5 ounces. Here we go. It's another 1.5 ounces. Yeah, look at that. That's 2-ish ounces. And that's really like basically all that's in this puppy, except there's going to be like a very fancy situation that happens with the glass a little bit later. So, and like a lemon twist, because who doesn't like a lemon twist? So we're just going to shake this up a little. Totally off book, the recipe tells you not to, but we did it anyway. Now we're going to get our chilled glass. A rocks glass, which I totally know what it's called. And then what we do here is we do a rinse. So the rinse we use, it calls for either absinthe or Pernod, and what we have is pastis, which is actually a kind of Pernod. I believe that this is not off recipe. So a rinse is just like a little bit, right? As little as you can imagine, probably not even quite that much. We give it a little swirl around. I'm not gonna show you the sink where I'm gonna be dumping it out, but I'm gonna do a little, oh maybe. So the sink is full of dishes, please do not judge me as a global pandemic. So we're gonna do like a little bit of kind of this sort of thing, and it kind of creeps down the glass, and like, so now it has this sort of licorice scent experience situation. I think this can totally pair with a wide variety of different things, Yishen. Thank you for asking, including Cheez-Its. I'm going to be having it with broccoli soup. Why? Because that's what I have. So now we take our drink, maybe give it like another extra shake for luck, pour it in, and you'll find that it looks a little cloudy at this time, which is not correct. Again, when you buy this drink at a restaurant and they show it to you, it's going to be all clear and looking good, and mine, because I shook it up in here, is not yet clear, although we'll calm a little bit down and we'll calm down later. Then we take our lemon, which you may recognize from a previous video. It is not fully intact, and we're going to use our little thingamajig, which we now have found. And again, we do it directly over the glass so that it gives forth a little tss of whatever that is, that the oil is the essential wonder, that is what it's about. And I'm smelling like a whole lemon situation that you'll have when you do this at home. We make it a little bit of a twist situation. We do a little tss again. And then always feel that if you do it like around the edge of the glass, that it helps a little bit. Now, if you want to be like extra fancy, you can just like hang it on the edge like that. Ooh, ah, and then when you drink it, it's here by your nose. There you are. Enjoy. Cheers, friends.